That button clears.
I think it's the bottom one of it. I think it's that one your finger's on.
The top one or the bottom.
Either that or the bottom one at the top. Why have we not labeled these yet? No, how have we not just learned them yet?
We only do this.
Why is it so hard? Well, we've done it like 20 times, 30 times.
I'm clearing the X. Nope. I'm clearing the X.
Welcome to Two Poor Artists. Wait, is that how we start?
Making a new X.
It's not an X.
Making a new...
Two worms mating. What is that? An arrow? This is the Earth's worst arrows. Although I guess it is... Well, okay. A bow and arrow? That string and that bow.
The strings are meant to be unruly.
Alright, clear the thing.
Clearing now.
Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor for the holidays. But mostly, we're poor at making art. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Benj. So today we're just drawing the holiday season.
The holiday season. We are right in the midst of it.
Whatever that might mean to you or to me.
To us here in Arizona, it means that it's slightly less warm outside and Christmas is in 3 weeks. That's pretty much what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Hanukkah just wrapped up and it is time for Christmas. Technically, Christmas started like the minute you finish eating on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just starts before Thanksgiving even begins.
I mean, it is technically all the holiday season. And like with every holiday season, it starts with some generic-looking man. Oh, he got teeth this week.
Mm-hmm. And then he's going to have a tongue down here. See, that's a tongue because it's round. And that's a teeth because it's a rectangle.
How many days until Christmas? We should know this. It's like 20,
Should we know
21.
Oh,
no, it can't be that many.
This guy's got a defined shit. This guy is...
That is a handsome-looking half a face.
He's definitely better looking than most of my drawings.
I couldn't agree more, and I'm not even sure why. I mean, you have time to ruin it right here with the back of his head.
I'm gonna give him a nice... I'm gonna hold off on the back because you never know.
Yeah.
See, we're gonna do that, and then his arm is gonna bulge out a little bit, like he's buffer than his sleeve can handle.
Wow, this is quite a man you're drawing for the holidays.
This is the buff. See, he wasn't gonna be like a buff manly man, but he is.
It's nice to see how your drawings evolve. Like you draw a nice chin on the guy, and suddenly he becomes a completely new person than what you planned. Look at it. He's even got it. Oh. Those first three fingers gave me hope.
Yep. But nope, not the rest of the fingers, that's for sure.
But no, so it's the holiday season. You know, so we have all of our holiday things out. We've got the house all decorated. We've got the tree. We've got our buff. He's not even buff in any way. Just buff arm man. We've got our mistletoe out.
I was gonna draw him buffer, but I failed.
He works out his arms.
He skips the chest and stomach day.
It's a disturbing half a man. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's time for all the Christmas parties. We've already had 2 Christmas parties that were supposed to happen, and then were kind of canceled, and then rescheduled because we still have time.
As is usual.
Yeah, that's basically what the holidays mean. We've done our Christmas shopping. Went out on Black Friday and bought all those things that we ever wanted for slightly less than they normally are. And
I did not.
You almost gave him a peg.
I did not go Black Friday shopping as we stated in our.
Yeah,
I didn't buy anything.
You didn't do any form of shopping.
I didn't. I didn't buy anything all of Black Friday week or Cyber Monday week.
You are probably the only person.
I'll buy things later.
Were you one of the last minute shoppers? Is that how it works?
Well, no, like I buy them way later, like when they're actually on sale in like the summer.
Oh, is that? I mean, that is true. There's not particularly that many things I cared about this year. But I'm pretty sure most of my Christmas shopping has been done, except for like gift card shopping. You know, you can save gift card shopping till like the last minute for people.
Yep.
But
how many muscles does an arm have? If
this
you're
arm
not,
this arm has already got
you're not
an extra section, I think, than the one before it.
I don't think so. I mean, I got the two muscles. See, he's got like the Popeye muscle, but then also a bicep.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course.
That's the official scientific term for that muscle.
The Popeye muscle.
The Popeye muscle. Okay, and then this hand.
Do you have a Christmas tree up in your house yet?
And I don't think so. Unless somebody else put one up.
Have you put the tinsel up?
I don't decorate for any holiday.
Man, you need this drawing more than most people. You need to get into the holiday spirit, even though this is the holiday season drawing. We can draw holiday spirit next week.
Yeah.
What is that? Is it a candle?
It's the thing he's holding.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Thanks for all the explanations. Believe it or not, your drawing was good enough this week where I could tell that he was holding something. We don't need to go that far.
Oh. Normally when you ask that question.
Normally, this is shaping up to be one of your best drawings yet. I mean, like I said, the whole drawing could be ruined when you finish this guy's head, but apparently you're saving that till the very end.
Saving that because I will ruin the whole drawing.
You have drawn a table where the carpenter just forgot to sand it and make it smooth.
That's how this guy likes it.
We were at Chick-fil-A last night, in fact. And they had a table that had like a plaque on it that was like, this table was made by someone who's broken and felt unwanted. And they made this table out of wood that was broken and unwanted. It kind of looked like that table. Except it was kind of nice, like, especially because it had a plaque telling you it's a moving story.
Was it a professional carpenter that made it?
It was like someone from a church or a charity or... I mean, they made a table, and it was nice-ish... I mean, it was like a table that was supposed to look sort of like it was made of wood that wasn't nice, but it was a nice table. So I'm going to say yes. They were a carpenter.
But they were a broken carpenter.
Broken. They felt broken.
Oh, they felt broken.
Okay, he is gone from handsome to... I don't know. He looks kind of...
Let me give him a little bit more.
He looks kind of... Oh, yeah, it got a little flat, yeah. He's almost like that dumb buff character now.
Mm-hmm.
Who, like, got a job as a chef. You know, they do that in so many shows. You notice that? They have the character who's like... You worry for their future, and you're like, oh, this person's never going to be able to do anything in life. And then, like, they're really good at cooking somehow. Like, Malcolm in the Middle did that. Remember that episode of Malcolm in the Middle where the brother who's, like, the bully and, you know, he goes to, like, a cooking class one day, and he's just suddenly, like, amazing at cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Family Matters also had that. Eddie's friend. What was Eddie's friend in that? The one who was, like... He was like a screw up and everybody, like, he wasn't going to go to college. And then all of a sudden he goes and he's like just naturally like brilliant at cooking. I don't know if that's how it works.
Apparently cooking's just a thing that you don't have to be actually good at.
I don't think that's true.
You just dump some things on a plate and it's good.
They had the guy in Malcolm in the Middle, he was like chopping like perfectly and like...
Yeah, like there's no way...
Wait.
That somebody that dumb.
Oh, his name was Waldo, I think. Waldo. Yeah, Waldo. In Family Matters. Wait, your drawing suddenly ended while I was looking up this character.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
How is this the holiday season?
Look, the season is called holiday.
So you drew the holiday seasoning.
Yep.
What the heck is he seasoning?
Plate
It's like a...
stuff.
It's not even a plate. It's just like he poured some ramen out on the table and man, this
for holiday.
I thought this drawing was going to be ruined by the back of his head. It turns out just the lack of food.
It's some sort of noodly dish
that goes well with the holiday seasoning.
Yep, the holiday season.
The holiday seasoning. Why isn't there a holiday seasoning? There's like a pumpkin spice seasoning. I guess that's like sort of a holiday seasoning. What's the
like
Christmas?
Thanksgiving.
What's like the
Like
December seasoning?
Peppermint or something, probably.
I guess so. There's peppermint in that.
Yeah, it's
It'd be like peppermint mixed with like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like the stuff they put in like punch. Like baking spices, like cinnamon and peppermint, and it's kind of like pumpkin. I say it's probably just like pumpkin spice, but they add peppermint.
yeah.
A peppermint pumpkin spice, but they can't call it pumpkin spice. They call it holiday seasoning. A holiday, like you go to Starbucks and you can get the holiday seasoning latte.
It would
Doesn't
be
have
like
quite the
that
same ring to
soap
it.
you have in the bathroom called like sweater weather.
Yeah, we do have that.
It would be
that-
the way that smells is the way that this seasoning tastes.
It has some like pine in it, so it'd be like peppermint,
like
pine, and everything that's in pumpkin spice.
It's like a pine, cinnamon, peppermint type scent.
And
That's what it would taste like.
And you guys putting it on ramen?
It's some sort of noodles.
Sounds unfortunate, but
The holiday noodles.
it's the holiday. They're like red and green.
Yep, like those green noodles and those red noodles.
Yes, that's what I.
They put them in pasta salad.
Oh, you mean when they're like, ooh, we put vegetables in these noodles, and somehow that's supposed to be fancy?
No, like the pasta salad where it's like cold, but like
I
the
know.
noodle itself is like green.
Yeah, they're like, ooh, we put spinach in these noodles, and you're like, I'll pass on those, I guess. And then when you're eating it cold with other vegetables, you're like, well, I guess.
Yep, exactly.
Now you can have it at Christmas time.
Yes, with holiday seasoning.
You could probably come up with better noodles for the holidays, like red peppermint noodles and green like pine noodles. Pine noodles, not needles.
Pine noodles.
Pine noodles. People go crazy for pumpkin spice stuff. You can put pumpkin spice in anything.
Yeah, and pumpkins don't taste that good by themselves.
Well, pumpkin spice has nothing to do with pumpkin.
It's just like cinnamon.
It's like what you put in a pumpkin pie with the pumpkin to make the pumpkin, like edible. So,
yeah.
Christmas time, December, it's like basically they put peppermint in everything. Mm-hmm. But I don't know why they haven't gone for pine. I would drink, like, you can have pine syrup, can't you? If you can have maple syrup, you could have pine syrup.
Like, there has to be a part of the pine tree that tastes decent, right?
I mean, it smells good. Mm-hmm. If nothing else, it's like aromatic. Like, you just put some pine needles and, like, instead of parsley on your holiday pasta with your holiday seasoning.
Yeah. But like if you made noodles and like integrated pine needles into it, what would that taste like?
I imagine it would just taste like it smells. Like, I don't even know that it would have much flavor except for like what all leaves taste like.
Yeah, like obviously, like you wouldn't want
like
it to
bitter.
be entirely that. Like you'd have like wheat and stuff like normal.
Yeah, it would just be like infused. And I think it would just be like eating regular spaghetti. Except it would smell like a Christmas tree in your mouth.
Yep.
So.
Well, I'm going to write my name so that this drawing can be officially done.
Official piece of art now.
And then writing my age so you know I'm a professional.
All right. Well, I better get over there and give you my take on the holiday season.
Yep, the holiday season.
Seasoning.
So what are you going to draw? Another type of seasoning?
Definitely not. I'm thinking in the traditional sense, it is the season of the holidays.
Like, like winter and fall, like that?
It's like the time of year, not like you added an ing to the end and changed the whole context.
What are you talking about? There's only one type of season.
The holiday season.
You season something with
like the verb. I'm doing like the noun.
Like seasoning.
The other noun. That's neither here nor there. I've got my drawing glove. I don't know how you succeed without it, to be honest with you.
It's too small.
You say that until you see what I'm about to create, and then you'll be so jealous. And one day I'm gonna have a whole brand of drawing gloves. Mm-hmm. The poor artist drawing gloves. It's gonna look like you're a poor artist. It'll like have holes in it and like all the right places.
Spots that don't matter.
Yeah, all the places that don't matter. It'll have our faces on it.
It adds aeration.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind a couple of vents cut into this thing. Mm-hmm. Parts that don't touch. I mean, they tried to do that by just cutting out the 3 fingers, but
But yours will look like a normal glove that just has like holes all over it.
Yeah, it'll just transform, like ripped into a drawing glove kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I gotta go with like the traditional sense of like it is the time of year in which the holidays arrive, New Year's and Christmas, and it's that time of year.
Okay.
Don't you feel happy this time of year, Bench?
I never feel happy, so
I mean, that's probably true.
But no, I mean Christmas is like my favorite time of year. Christmas and Easter are the two best holidays.
I would agree with that. I like Thanksgiving quite a bit too, but you know,
That's the worst holiday.
this building didn't start off very well.
Yeah, you were making fun of my table being built by a poor craftsman. Let me tell you what this type of person that threw this barn together.
Barns are meant to be like old.
Yeah, but not like they're meant to have the roof be attached to itself.
I mean, this roof is attached, I think.
It has like very distinct sections.
Yeah, that makes it all better.
That makes it worse.
It's like a thatched roof, okay? Like it's old barn. Old McDonald's barn.
Old McDonald's thatched roof barn.
Yeah, he's not caught up with the ways of the world and the shingles, and that has nothing to do with this drawing, though. It's just setting the scene.
Were barns ever thatched roofed? Like normally they just used wood.
I don't know, but guarantee if you look it up, some barn somewhere was thatched. This barn was thatched. So it's the holiday season, and everybody knows that
The barns are where you go for the holiday season.
no, silly goose. That's not true.
You said that's a barn.
Yeah, but it's not the barn. Like I said, the barn has nothing to do with this drawing.
Oh, you just wanted
It's
to draw
setting
a
the
barn.
scene. It's setting the scene.
So we're not on the barn, like on a farm.
We're not like when we are on a farm. Here, I'll add a silo. Is that what a silo looks like?
I guess in your world.
It's a silo. It also kind of looks like one of the hills in Mario Bros. Or something. But
Yep.
that's not the point of this drawing. The point is, it's that time of the year where all the Christmassy stuff starts coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Candy canes and stockings and Santa Clauses. And there's more than one Santa Claus. Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
How could he possibly deliver all the gifts unless one overlord Santa sent out all of the minion Santas to...
Although actually, if you do the math, Santa could do it. Because you see, you assume that the speed of magic is about 5,000 miles per hour.
Go on.
And he actually has an hour to deliver the presents in every time zone. Because,
But of course.
you know, assuming that that he has some time, he doesn't have to get to every house at exactly 12 o'clock.
Yeah, well, that would be
Like they're like,
ridiculous.
it's just, sometime between 11 and like 12 or so, like he has like a leeway time, 11:30 to 12:30 or whatever is like his leeway time. But so he has an hour in each time zone. And he ignores all the like bad kids' houses.
Yeah, no Santa's coming to them.
And all the kids don't believe in Santa.
It's true.
So it's like he's already only delivering it to like, not even half of the people. And then Germany celebrates Christmas on an entirely different day. So
That's pretty lucky for all the Santa Clauses out there.
yeah, so I mean it's yeah, I did the math once, and it's actually pretty reasonable. He has like, as long as he only takes like 5 seconds at each house, he can do it. I took how many houses there are in America, and I assumed that half of them believe in Santa and are nice.
This is what you spent your time doing during the holiday season? You're not going out and enjoying it? You're sitting like in a dark
Doing
room with your
math.
calculator?
What math is how you enjoy things.
I don't know that the viewing audience would agree with you.
I think everybody.
I'm not even sure
agrees
I
with me.
agree with you. Oh dear, that candy cane.
Aren't you a teacher? Shouldn't you be teaching your kids that that math is how you enjoy?
Math is pretty good. Like, I understand math is important. Not how I celebrate the holidays, though.
Doing it wrong, my friend. Doing it wrong.
I'm okay with that.
Although we are planning to write that story, right? About Santa Claus.
Yeah, see, because when I mentioned that there's definitely more than one Santa Claus, what I meant to say was that there used to be more than one Santa Claus. There used to be a whole race of Santa Clauses. They were called Clauses, and they all had
Yeah.
yeah.
They weren't all Santa Claus.
No,
they were all
not.
Clauses.
Clauses.
This
the race of magical beings.
This Santa Claus we know was given the title Santa.
Santa, yeah, the honorary, like he's it's complicated, but just understand we're writing a story, all right, about the race of Santa Clauses versus their mortal enemies, the Antarctica dragons. See, because you talk about the North Pole, but what people forget about is the terrible war between the North and the South Pole and how it ended.
Yep. Dragons versus Clauses. And, so most of what we know of as the Christmas season is actually just the culture of the Clauses.
Yeah, like hanging stockings from the hearth. That was ancient lore of the Clauses.
Yep.
Having candy canes around, that was just their natural, what they grew, as my picture here sort of depicts.
Right.
Christmas trees, the only thing that grows up by the North Pole is what? That's right. Pine trees.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they use them naturally to decorate, just as we put ferns in our houses.
Yeah, people look at Santa Claus and they're like, why does he wear, red and white? That's just the traditional clothing of his people.
Yeah.
The Clauses.
In fact, it's a war garment that he wore.
100% the war garment.
He's like a high-ranking official in the military. I mean, now he's the last of the Clauses. Well, I mean, him and Mrs. Claus, of course.
Yeah, I mean, she survived, but barely, as the story goes. But yeah, we're working on our original story here about how the Clauses fought the terrible, horrible, magical war of the poles.
Yep.
North versus South, Antarctica dragons versus the Clauses up north, and it's shaping up to be quite the story. I don't want to compare it to anything like like Lord of the Rings or anything like that, but it's definitely up there as far as
right with them.
Creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you think like, oh, why do we have all these weird holiday things like candy canes and weird funny hats and elves? I mean, elves, think about it. If you've got elves in your world, you've got other mythical creature like Clauses and like dragons.
Yeah, exactly.
And why is everything so happy-go-lucky with Santa? Why is he just like giving the children of the world? I mean, think about it. It's like, if the children of the world stop believing, then Santa Claus loses his powers. Yeah, there's a lot more to it than just him being a jolly old man.
Yeah, because if the only point is that he delivers presents, and if you stop believing, he loses his powers, okay? Why does Santa care? Why does Santa care if he loses his powers? Because the only thing he uses his powers for, supposedly, is to deliver presents. To keep his powers going. There must be other reasons that he needs to keep his powers. Maybe to keep the frost dragons in the South Pole in check.
I'd appreciate it if... Sorry, taking a break from our story. I'd appreciate it if you can comment on the man here.
Okay. I don't need to.
Nope, just keep going.
They can see him. They can see where his eyes are and his nose and his ear. Yeah, I don't need to mention.
There's nothing more that needs to be said. Thank you.
Just for clarification, in this story we're writing, it's not necessarily that the elves will be described this way.
This is not an elf. This is a man.
Okay. Humans are not going to be described this way.
Yeah. I mean, You're right. They won't be, because that would be disturbing.
Plus, you mutilated his hand again.
He's wearing a mitten. It's a mitten.
It's clearly a mitten over a mutilated hand. Is that a sickle?
Yeah. It's time for the harvest.
Christmas sickle.
Time for the harvest.
Yeah, so as I was saying...
I wasn't entirely sure how to get the arm to connect with that.
I think this is the way.
That hand has definitely been.
He's is he human?
He's a human.
So some deformed version of a human.
It's just his hand is rough, like all my
Not
guys.
just his hand.
All the people in my world have hand issues, okay?
I know that's true, but this isn't just the hand.
It is just his hand. What else? What else are some traditional Christmas things that like Santa culture, Claus culture clearly, speaks to?
People normally eat ham, so
Yeah.
I'm sure they had many North Pole hams.
It had to do with what the dragons used to, pillage from the Clauses. They were very proud of their, pork and turkeys up in the north, and the dragons used to come by and, steal them all. So it's made its way into Christmas time, holiday time culture because it had something to do with the start of the Pole Wars.
Also, we know that Santa Claus specifically's favorite food is milk and cookies.
It's true.
So that's obviously a big part of their culture as well.
Yeah. See, people think these things just like came about one day. No, like it's normal parts of the Claus culture. Ornaments on the trees, those are like what the grenades looked like. Like you think all the colorful lights and everything. No, that's the colors of the claws and the dragon blood from the war. You'd look at a battlefield, it looked like somebody turned on the Christmas lights.
Santa taught us to decorate that way so that the dragons would never attack. It's a fear. Like the dragons see that and they're afraid. When they're at their most powerful, the winter solstice,
of course,
they fly by and they run away in fear because they assume that the claws has grown. They expanded past just the North Pole.
I mean,
and they're all over.
We all know how the Great Poles War ended. It ended with there being 2 clauses left, and apparently no more Arctic or Antarctic dragons. Because have you ever seen an Antarctic dragon? No. But everybody knows that Santa is still around.
Right.
Even though today it's gotten very commercialized and there's all the mall Santas out there pretending, there is one great warrior dressed in his battle attire from the Great Poles War up north, making sure that he doesn't lose his powers by making children believe, just in case he's ever needed again.
Yep. Just in case the dragons come back.
Yeah, it's going to be a great story. Check your local bookstores and 3 to 4. Just 3 to 4. I don't know.
We're not going to give it a time frame.
Years, decades, lifetimes.
At some point, when you think it's been 3 to 4, check your local bookstores.
Yep. Nope. 3 to 4.
What is this?
It's a present.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah, they're all, like strung together. Like presents are.
Like the presents are strung to each other.
It's a bow. I'm saying that for the sake of everybody who can't tell.
Yep. I mean, that would be everybody.
I mean, this is what the holiday season is all about. It's about it's harvest time for the Christmas things. You've got your traditional.
So presents are grown like pumpkins.
Kind of, yeah. They're like.
Or watermelons.
Yeah.
So Santa, we know he was a great warrior, but like the elves are all just like farmers.
Something like that, yeah.
They're not toy makers like we always depict them as. They're farmers that go out and.
I mean, they are like another race that, allied with the Clauses at some point.
Yeah.
Because the dragons were wreaking havoc on them in their traditional lands.
Mm-hmm.
The West Poles.
The West and East Poles.
The West and East
People
Poles.
don't talk about those nearly as much.
Not nearly enough. The Forgotten Poles. You know why? They were destroyed in the Great Pole Wars. Now we're only left with two, the North and the South. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, the elves from the West Pole joined the Clauses, and something else from the East Pole. We'll have to come up with that.
What do you mean? I've already thought of it, but I don't want to give away everything about our story. But
we do need to leave some for the book.
The series, Benj.
The animated full-featured film.
Drawn by us.
That you'll find in your local bookstore.
Your local bookstore. Hey, we can't draw too many frames. No. Yeah.
We call it an animated feature-length film, but it's a flip book of like 10 pages.
A really short flip book. But there we go. There's my holiday season. It's time for the farmers of the world to go out and, harvest the crops of presents and stockings and candy canes. And those are ornament trees. I know that's really hard to tell, but those are like, ornaments that grow on trees. Just like they used to do back in the day of the Clauses.
Yes.
It's a very traditional picture here of how all those things make it into Walmarts and Targets. Well, they have to start somewhere. All Christmas things are just natural resources that...
Although, I mean, some of ours are now just made out of plastic and like resemble them, but
of course. But these are the original. This is what the holidays. That's why they call it the holiday season. It's like harvest time.
Yeah, like harvest
Yeah,
season.
because it wouldn't make any sense. Seasons aren't like, you don't base a whole season around a holiday. It's not like this is Easter season and St. Patrick's Day season. They don't even call it Christmas season. They call it holiday season. In that all the things, this is just part of the farm. There's holiday season stuff that's like turkeys that are growing on trees and Easter baskets that spring up from the ground and shamrocks, which I guess that one's not too much of a stretch. Holiday season.
Shamrocks just always grow.
Yeah, you're just not getting that? All right, thanks. Yeah, no, but they grow from trees. From trees, yeah, like big shamrock trees.
Not the normal shamrock.
And the babies are little shamrocks that fall onto the ground. It's like...
okay, and that's all we have now.
Like the shamrock children. And then we grind them up and make milkshakes. But not this time of year. This year it's all about peppermints.
St. Patrick's
Peppermints and pine. Peppermints and pine. Hope everybody's having a good holiday season so far, and look for our book coming in 3 to 4.
Yep, and it's almost the end of Hanukkah for those celebrating that.
So happy Hanukkah, and soon a Merry Christmas, and then a New Year, and then the holiday harvest time will be over.
Yep. Goodbye.
Goodbye. As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.